You know, my friend from New York talked about a narrow agenda and a narrow perspective. More than 60% of every poll, in the case of one poll, 69% of all women in the United States of America say they do not want their funds being used to subsidize abortion on demand. Let me remind my colleagues that this legislation accomplishes 3 goals. 1, makes the Hyde Amendment and other current abortion funding prohibitions permanent. We just reauthorized all of those riders just a few weeks ago. This just makes them permanent. Ensure that the Affordable Care Act faithfully conforms to the Hyde Amendment as promised by the President of the United States, and provide full disclosure, transparency, and prominent display that is absolutely lacking right now of the extent to which any health insurance plan on the exchange funds abortion. Madam Speaker, the President of the United States stood about 10 feet from where I'm standing right now back in September of 2009 and told the joint session of Congress, and I quote, "Under our plan, no federal dollars will be used to fund abortion." The executive order that was issued in March of 2010 said, and I quote, that the Affordable Care Act maintains current Hyde Amendment restrictions governing abortion policy and extends those restrictions to newly created health insurance exchanges. And Speaker, that's simply not true. It is absolutely not true. As my colleagues know, the Hyde Amendment has 2 parts. It prohibits direct funding for abortion, and it bans funding to any insurance coverage, any insurance plan that includes abortion, except in the cases of rape, incest, or to save the life of the mother. Earlier speakers have said not a penny will go to pay for abortion. Yet under the Affordable Care Act, massive amounts of public funds, what are they if they're not public? They're public funds coming out of the U.S. Treasury in the form of tax credits, that's the word used, $796 billion in direct spending over 10 years, according to CBO, will pay for insurance plans, many, perhaps most of which will include elective abortions, abortion on demand. Madam Speaker, that massively violates the Hyde Amendment. You can't have it both ways. You can't say you're for the Hyde Amendment and you're comporting with the Hyde Amendment when you violate it in such a way. Let me also point out to my colleagues that there are many states where pro-life individuals and constituents will have no opportunity to buy a plan that is pro-life on the exchanges. That includes Connecticut and Rhode Island. Every plan is abortion on demand. So their premium dollars, your tax dollars, and mine will be combining to buy plans that provide for abortion on demand. You know, in 2014, Madam Speaker, we have learned so much about the magnificent life of an unborn child. Increasingly, we've also learned about the deleterious effects that abortions have on women, psychologically, to children born subsequently to them, and, of course, to other aspects of their physical health. Please support H.R. 7.